What's up YouTube? This is L'Oreal and this is my channel. I'm back again. I know 2 videos in one day. I'm snapping. So I got interrupted, so I was a little distracted, and I'm sure I'm gonna get interrupted again. But I'm gonna keep fucking pushing because every time I try to do something for myself, somebody likes to come and pop up or just like require my time. And you know what? That's one of the things that I will be talking about on here. Just how to set boundaries and advocate for yourself. Because I seem to have a problem with that. I will fight for somebody else, but when it comes to me, I don't fight like I should. I just let a lot of shit slide. I'm not on that no more, straight up. So, again, that's just something else I wanted to talk about. But I was just sitting thinking of some topics I'd like to discuss. And one of the things that's important to me is the fact that I felt so compelled to make a YouTube channel, but I could not, once I started recording, I couldn't think of nothing. All the shit that I think about all the time, I couldn't think of not one single thing, or I just couldn't get an outline of what I wanted to talk about. I don't want to be all over the place. I'd like to have some type of organization or structure to what I'm doing. So, in that spirit, I'd like to explain why it took me so long to even try to start this. Because, hello, because I get distracted very easily. Just walking past, talking to me. Forgot my train of thought. But so these are some of the reasons I decided not to make a video, or not even try to put myself out there outside of me not wanting to make myself vulnerable in front of a bunch of people that I don't know. And one of the things that bother me for sure right now that I'm noticing as I'm recording is my lack of enunciation. I'm actually a very articulate person at times, but sometimes I get lazy and I don't speak like I have an education, which I do. I'm not like trying to change how I talk, but I'd like to present myself in a better manner. Growing up where I grew up, I was one of few people that went to private schools, and then those private schools, they really stressed enunciation, pronunciation, all that shit. And growing up, I used to get called a white girl, like, and clearly I'm not white, but just judging off of how I talk, like, where are you from? Like, even to this day, because even now I don't even speak properly, because I kind of taught myself to sound ignorant sometimes so I could fit in. And that's a habit that I'm trying to break. That's so embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. When I have to speak in front of people, I do know how to talk clearly, but when I'm just casually talking, I talk kind of lazily, and that's something that I'm working to improve on. So that was something that kind of discouraged me, because I hated to see myself on camera. I hate to hear myself. I hate to hear my voice. I just sometimes don't feel like it matches who I am. And then another reason that I didn't want to start was I have a good backdrop. Still don't got it, but I'm working on that. It's just, at the end of the day, these are just excuses that I gave myself to talk myself out of putting myself out there. But for some reason, I'm feeling very compelled to do this. Another reason, I felt like I didn't have anything to wear. That has not changed. I literally just threw this on so I wasn't in my t-shirt and panties when I recorded. Another thing was I was scared people might see it. What the fuck? Who does that? How do you want to have a channel where people watch you but you don't want people to see it? You got to make up your mind. Pick one. So I'm picking one right now. And then another thing is I didn't know where to start. And just composing this list of why I didn't want to start the YouTube channel was my starting point. I'm starting here. It's just issues that I have, I guess, with myself, because nobody's stopping me but me. So it's like, fuck it. why don't you want to start? Let that be your first video. Well, I don't think this is not my first video. This is gonna be my second video probably. So, and then another reason I was like, who the fuck cares what you got to say? And I was, a lot of people care what I have to say. I just don't say it all the time. So, that left me in a weird space. I find that a lot of people like to call me and talk to me about stuff, and they get a pretty good conversation out of me. I've always been able to provide a fresh perspective on things. Whether I agree with things or not, I've always been able to see things from more than just my point of view. And sometimes I think that's my weakness. I let people get away with a lot more than I should let them get away with, because I do understand the difference and I appreciate the difference of opinion. And just because I wouldn't do something, I can a lot of times see the motivation as to why somebody would do that. And that also goes back into my psychology education. Like, that's why I got into psychology, because I've always wanted to understand what motivates people, why they do what they do. And being able to be objective has helped me a lot in life. Like, it's kept me out of a lot of trouble. It's kept me from whooping people's asses, straight up. I'm not a violent person, but I will whoop your ass. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But again, I will whoop your ass if I need to. That's not the energy that I want to put out there. So I try to just, again, be objective about a lot of stuff. Another reason I didn't want to do my channel, because I'm not a technology person. I'm really an old school classic type of person, but I do understand that the world is evolving, and technology is a big part of that evolved man. I don't know if that's the real word. Whatever, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I didn't have a good camera. And even if I did have a good camera, I wouldn't really know how to use it. But again, those are all excuses, because I can learn all those things. I learn things pretty quickly. I catch on to stuff pretty quickly. So those are just all excuses. I was gonna say something, but whatever. I can't remember. It'll come back to me for some further. So after I got past all of these excuses, understanding that these excuses were coming from my lower self, my ego, I stepped into my higher self, a different perspective, to see why I should do it. Why would this benefit me? And number one, I'm gonna have to say, money. I need some money. I need some motherfucking money. And this is the easiest fucking job. I have a tool right here. It's just a matter of me being persistent and pushing it like I really need to. Another thing is independence. I got 2 kids, and they live with me. So I'm sole provider for them. Their dad is in their life, but he has a lot of things going on in his life where he is not able to help out how I would like, as far as taking care of the kids. I mean, if I ask him for something, he'll do his best to come through, but for the most part, I've been working on his schedule, and I've been putting myself last. I've been letting him chase his dreams, while I haven't even attempted to really put a real effort to chase my dreams. So I'm working on towards something that works more with my schedule, so I don't have to worry about a lot of stuff concerning my kids, picking them up from school, dropping them off, getting them to and from their sports. Like, this is my schedule. I've always, all the hustles I've had, for the most part, I've been able to operate on my own schedule. So I'd like to keep, I've had a taste of that, and I'd like to keep that. Another thing is, I think this is a good emotional outlet. I mean, I'm not gonna get on here and tell all my business. Everybody don't need to know everything, but I do have a lot of thoughts and energy. So I'd like to direct that somewhere positive and hopefully lucrative for myself. Another reason I think I should start is I get to connect with more like-minded people. Because right now, I just feel like, in the most humblest way I say this, I feel like a one in a million girl. I don't know any girls in my immediate area that likes to do the things that I like to do. Like, they may like be into maybe cooking or arts and crafts, which I love to do. But it's so many different aspects of myself that I don't get to enjoy. Like, I love to play sports, and you can't play tennis by yourself. I can get a ball and throw it at the wall and go back and forth. But I like competition, and I like to play basketball. I like to go running. I don't know any girls that like to do that. So hopefully, I'll be able to connect with people outside of my area, because my area is it's not conducive of growth as a person. It's just like, they don't really offer much out here for anybody. And I'm in a food desert. Like, there's not much. I really feel so out of place out here. I grew up out here, and I don't really have friends out here. All my friends are in different states or kind of far away from me. So I did move away, but I came back to be closer to family, and kind of regret doing that, because I'm not seeing those benefits so much. In fact, I feel like I'm being called to do a lot of stuff that I don't want to do. And people always feel like they can call me to do shit because they see my car at home, but you don't know what I'm doing while I'm in the house. Like, you don't know if I have company. You don't know if I'm working on a project. You don't know if I just worked 14 hours straight. You don't know if I've been up all night. Like, people just call me because they see me at home, when there's so many other people they can call. But when I need stuff, I don't have people to call. So, I want to get up out of here. And get up out of here, I'd like to travel. I see a lot of YouTubers that do a lot of traveling to do interviews or whatever. I don't know. I see them doing a lot of traveling. I need to be a part of that. I need to hop on that boat and get the fuck up out of here, because this ain't what's up. Another thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I may seem a little shallow, but shit, I like clothes and I like fashion, and if I could get that shit without having to pay for it, sign me the fuck up. I'm so serious. It's time for a new wardrobe. I'm in the process of trying to upgrade my look. I'd like to glow up, as people like to say. But the way I dress now is not a reflection of how I really would like to dress. And most of that is due to the fact that the clothes that I have are old as fuck. And I think I got a fly-ass, bomb-ass style, but I don't get to express that often. And I'm not the type of person that wants to dress up every single day, but when I go out, I take my time to find something that I really feel good and confident in. And a lot of times I get a lot of compliments on it, but I'm not doing it so much for the compliments. I'm literally doing it because I feel good. When you feel good, you look good, but whatever. And another thing is just to boost up my confidence and self-esteem, because I'm not really used to being in front of the camera. As dramatic as I am sometimes, you'd think I'd have an acting career someday somewhere, but no, sometimes I don't know. I feel some type of way when I see myself on camera, because I know I can do better, and I don't always strive to do better, but that's changing. What else? I think YouTube is a good way to learn about the world and learn about other cultures. I've been watching a lot of videos from people in Africa. I don't know why I'm so attracted to African channels right now, but I am, so that's what I'm doing. And another reason, I guess this would be my last reason, is people watch any fucking thing on YouTube, whether it's fake or real. Like, even me, I've gotten caught up in the rabbit hole of YouTube and just found myself in some of the strangest fucking corners of YouTube. So there's a market for every fucking body. I've seen my kids watch video of other kids play with toys. I've watched people eat the most unnecessary things, and I'm about to be interrupted again. So here we go. Deuces. Um. So yeah, those are just some things that I was thinking about while I was helping my dad after he interrupted my first video of was I gonna come back and try to do this shit again. And you know what? I'm back. I'm a Taurus. I don't give up. I'm a stubborn ass fucking Taurus. And once I start, I'm at least try. I'm gonna give it a really good try. So with that being said, I need like 1,000 views. So once I hit 1,000 views, I know that's not much to the YouTube community, but that's a lot to me. That's a lot because I put myself out there. Something that a lot of people are scared to do. So I don't want to be a part of that crowd no more. I'm putting myself out there. Once I get 1,000 views, I'm quitting this fucking job because that's letting me know that I'm gaining momentum. So I don't want to make this too long, but this is my journey. So thanks for watching, and I hope you stick around. And I haven't come up with a good outro or intro yet, but I'll be working on that too. So I'll holler at y'all. Bye.